Okay, so the cone looks pretty three-dimensional. It looks like I could reach on there and grab it, even though it's just on a flat piece of paper. What I need to do, though, is convince people it looks like it's sort of hovering over the table. We know in real life we would see what's called a contact shadow, where the cone would actually be touching the edge of the table that it's sitting on. So that would be directly underneath. So I'm getting some black paint, getting a little bit more because the contact shadow is always the darkest part. And I'm just going to sort of trace along there where it would be touching the table, because the object touching the table would make it so there's no light underneath it. Bringing this to the other side. But then I want to pull that contact shadow out from under the cone to create a cast shadow. So if the light's coming from the left-hand side, like I said before, it would cast a shadow. You can actually see my paintbrush casting a shadow when it's doing that. So it would cast a shadow on the opposite side. So I'm going to pull out from under there. And it would be a triangular shaped shadow, but I don't want to just paint a triangle and color it in. That would sort of make it look fake. And here I want it to grow out from under there and fade away. So I'm going to clean out my brush. And I'm going to finish this by pulling it out from under there. So as more light can get around the cone and touch the table, it would sort of erase the shadow almost. So it should look like it's fading away the further away from the cone it gets. Alright, so you guys will work on yours. If you need to pause the video, you can to catch up to me, but what I'm going to do now is that takes care of all my shades. Now I need to create tints of my color. So the way I'll do that is I'll be using white to put light on the actual light side of the cone. My white paint's a little dirty, so what I'm going to do is get rid of the paint that's on top of it from the last time I used it. Clean that out. And since you're going to have to use this white to cover up a little bit of another color, you got to really make sure there's a lot on there. So looking at my brush, you can definitely see the white on there. If you couldn't, then you would want to get more. So again, I'm just going to go down one side like I did with the black before. You don't want to go back and forth because then the white would mix into the red already, but you want to do that later, not yet. So you can see how it looks lighter, but this side, everything's blended in, so it fades in and out. Here you can see a hard edge to the white paint. We want to get rid of that. That is using a technique called blending. Yes, somebody might have said fading. You are fading it away technically, but you're fading it away to blend the colors to look more real. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth on that white paint, moving it towards the middle of the cone as I do this. So when I do that, it fades it away. And y'all can see the white. That red paint's bossing it around pretty hard, so it does not take much at all to do that. Fixing the top again, getting rid of this edge, getting rid of this edge. So it fades in. Now it looks even more realistic. So that sort of brought it to the next level. It looked pretty good with the shadow on there, but with the shadows on the light, it looks 100% better. So we're going to practice another form. So catch up to me and then you'll watch the next clip.